Why the bloody wedding? Where did this name even come from? The reason behind this name goes back to its striking resemblance to the bloody wedding scene in Game of Thrones, the night when the king in the north and all his commanders were wiped out in a single moment. But who were these people? And why was this operation carried out in the first place? General Hajizadeh. He was the commander of the IRGC Aerospace Force, the man in charge of Iran's entire missile and drone program. Under his supervision, Iran built advanced missile and UAV production centers, not only inside the country, but also in Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, and Yemen. He was the one transferring missile technology to Iran's proxy forces across the region. But why was he targeted? The goal was to slow down Iran's response to Israel's attacks by taking out a key figure at the heart of Iran's missile and drone network. So how was this assassination carried out? According to outlets like the Times of Israel and the Washington Post, the strike was conducted through an air attack on a secret base or a location where senior IRGC commanders were holding confidential meetings. General Gholam Ali Rashid was the commander of one of Iran's most important wartime headquarters, a veteran of the Iran-Iraq War, and someone deeply familiar with military tactics. He was a key figure inside Iran's war room, with the ability to design major counter-operations against Israel. So why was he assassinated? To create disruption and confusion within Iran's chain of command. And how was it carried out? According to Iranian domestic media, the assassination took place through an airstrike on Gholam Ali Rashid's private residence. General Hossein Salami is next on the list, the commander-in-chief of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Known for his fiery rhetoric against Israel and the US, he has always been a focus of media attention. He personally authorized and led Iran's previous attacks on Israel. Why was he targeted? The reason is obvious: to weaken Iran's military leadership. But how was it carried out? According to Iranian domestic media, Israel struck a series of military sites on the first night of the war, and it's believed that General Salami was killed in one of these bases, likely inside a war room. General Mohammad Bagheri, the Chief of Staff of Iran's armed forces and the country's highest-ranking military official, oversaw Iran's military structure, which included both the army and the Revolutionary Guards. Why was he targeted? To disrupt the chain of command and create chaos within Iran's military system. And how was the assassination carried out? The exact details are still unclear. Some reports say he was targeted at his private residence, while others claim he was hit by an airstrike at a military base along with other commanders. But among these attacks, there was also a failed assassination. Ali Shamkhani, a seasoned politician and commander, Secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council, member of the Expediency Discernment Council, and advisor to Iran's supreme leader. Yet, alongside his political roles, he had another mission. According to reports, Shamkhani was responsible for bypassing US oil sanctions and managing Iran's oil sales. So why was he targeted? because removing him could disrupt both Iran's decision-making process and its financial system, including oil sales and parts of the economy. But how was the assassination carried out? Media reports suggest the attack targeted his private residence. An Al Jazeera report mentioned that Iran found components of remote-controlled weapons, allegedly planted by Mossad agents long ago. Yet the full truth remains hidden. These two segments only cover 30 minutes of the night of June 13th, and the story of the biggest operation targeting Iran's nuclear scientists, along with the largest airstrikes on its atomic sites, is still yet to come. If you're into history, military, and science videos, make sure to follow our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss the next part of this story.